Okay, this stage is a custom Iron Man stage, or maybe it's for a different character I don't even know about. It's Marvel themed at the very least. It was a request by Metamutant. Uh, I think the Erix made it, if I didn't say that already. Okay, this is Sons of Yinsen Floating City. Okay, so in the background here, we have these like monks with Iron Man masks all over the place. I think that's Alchema, which is like an Ultron related character flying around in the background. And more monks over here. So the original version of this stage, it had a bunch of like exposed border by default, like it, I think maybe even to the left and right, but definitely like below the stage, like you could just see below the stage, just period. And if you jumped up, like there was practically the entire stage's worth of space up above the stage, just completely exposed. So all I was really asked to do was fix those issues to make it work and then add zoom. But I did a few extra things as well as I want to do. Okay, so like this monk right here with the Iron Man mask, he had like when one of he's like got two frames here. Um, oh man, I should have fixed that right there. I'll probably do that right before release. There was a bunch of like nasty black pixels that appearing on here, but what was really happening on his second frame, like the sprites that were in here originally, they were like being stretched to the left. So it was like instead of just animating properly, it was just like someone was like pulling on the image and tugging it left. It didn't look too hot. And I added some like right arms to these like monks as well because they were all like one-armed Oros, like these guys over here. Um, if the Eric sees this, I would have said like probably don't use Oro for a generic monk if you're gonna resprite something because like it probably doesn't make a lot of sense for just all the monks in the universe to be one armed, even though technically Oro is hiding it under his shawl. I know. Um, there was also like a lot of like leftover sprite, like left kind of like probably like on the edges of the Oro monks, like this bluish gray guy here. Like he was sticking out a bit under this monk. I cleared that out. And all the monks that are like flipped the opposite way, they had a bandana that was just sort of like frozen and like hanging in the air. And since the wind is technically blowing this way, I removed that bandana piece. Uh, what else did I do? There was a yeah some more damage over here under this monk. Not that you can see it because this foreground object is here. I also went and made the foreground objects transparent, so like when you walk behind them, and without any color loss. So if like you're not walking behind them, there isn't any issue. Um, so yeah, I made that transparent. Also, the delta on this thing was crazy, so I like toned that way the way down. It was like you moved a little, and it like super was shooting to the left and right. Um, okay, so this lighting effect on the windows wasn't here before. It was in the file, it just wasn't disabled or it wasn't enabled. So that window shine is new. Um, there's like these Iron Man sprites that fly in the background. Before they were just like huge, like bigger than the monks, and like two of them right next to each other. I like rescaled them and separated the art so like they could be separate ones flying in the background. Then I put them in different distances so that like it had a sense of depth. I also altered the rising and movement of this like background city sky, so it like moves a lot more smoothly. It was kind of like jerking around before. Uh, oh, there's another big issue here. You see these pillars on the glass? There was some really nasty mirroring. Like it looked like this middle bar here just sort of like bent, like somebody had like crushed it. So it like but it was just like really bad mirroring. I think like maybe even some of the middle part, like I don't understand how it mirrored that badly. It looked really, really off. I don't have the original version on me, and I don't really care to go get it again. But Metamutant probably can see the difference between the versions. I also made like custom sprites a bit to clear up the center pillar, and I unflipped, like I undid the mirroring damage on the like glass. But I had to basically stop myself from working on this because I was going to get totally lost in the like weeds, as they say, cleaning up damage all over this hodgepodge. Um, like if I kept cleaning this and like spent like 2 days on it or something, I really would have to be asking myself, why didn't I just create my own Sons of Yinsen stage from scratch? And for those of you who have no context for what the hell is going on in this stage, so there was a storyline where they made the character that like helped Iron Man build armor in the cave, and that like that origin story. And then like later writer decided to make that character super important, so he has a bunch of like followers, like almost like a cult. So that's what these guys are. Anyway, there's your little comic history lesson. I hope you enjoy Metamutant.